Hey, what's up guys? This is Double X here and I am going to be casting a 1 versus 1. It is going to be between IProxySoWhat. Oh, that's a cool name. Let's see if he proxies this game. And his opponent is going to be VirusNaama. Previously on Team Mouse Sports, but now on Team Virus. I always remember saying Mouse Naama, but now I'm going to have to say VirusNaama or just Naama. He's going to lead Blue Terran. And he's going to face off a red Zerg. They're going to be spawning somewhat close position, and the map's going to be Tal'darim Altar. And this is basically a huge map laid out for long-term macro gameplay and tricky building placements and proxies and maybe fast expansion. So IProxySoWhat is maybe going to go for a proxy and is going to scout out with a very early drone scout. Wow, this is pretty uncommon for a Zerg to do that. But anyways, KC is gearing up for maybe going for a 15 hatch. That is most likely what Zerg is going to do on this map. You can see that Naama is going to have his barracks up at his front choke, so he's probably not going to go for that fast expand. But what he can do later in this game is just lift off his barracks and fly them right into here, and then he can secure his expansion easy peasy. Now IProxy has scouted his opponent and seen that he's not close position on this side, and he's now going to grab his hatchery at 14, I believe. So a little bit earlier than most players, but yes, let's see what that does. It basically is no huge difference. Either way, you're going to go for a 15 hatch, no, 14 hatch, 15 pool, or 16 pool, and then you're going to go, or you're going to go for a 15 hatch or 15 pool. So not a huge deal though. That sounded like I said dildo. Not a huge deal though. It's not a huge deal though. But yeah, anyways, Naama has his barracks up and running. He's going to spawn a marine just now. He has his orbital command halfway done and his first geyser up and running. Now you can see that IProxySoWhat's drone scout is just going to arrive to Naama's base, realizing he scouted the wrong way, completely the wrong way, and this overlord is almost going to beat the drone to Naama's base. That is not good job by this drone. He's probably going to get fired if he survives this. Yeah, Naama is actually going to let him scout all through this base. But now you can see that Naama is setting up some bunkers outside of IProxySoWhat's expansion. He just now finished his spawning pool, so he has no Zerglings whatsoever to deal with this. He's just now spawning 6 Zerglings, and he's also going to be spawning a queen and a spine crawler. But Naama has a marine in this bunker. He has a second marine running up here and a third marine just now spawning. And he lifted up his barracks to complete this wall in, so no more marines for a while. And it's also going to go for a factory and a tech lab. So this is just some early aggression to force IProxySoWhat to produce more Zergling that he initially anticipated to. So and just going to have that equal lead is so vital for a any player against a Zerg, because the macro Zerg is so hard to stop, and he's going to uproot his spine crawler, and I think his spine crawler has more range than a bunker. So he's going to load up his marines in the second bunker, Naama that is, and hopefully for his sake going to salvage this bunker before the spine gets to it. And now all this aggression is going to stop, but look how many Zerglings Naama forced. He's so much ahead right now, and he's also going to kill off a bunch of Zerglings, and he has that bunker left as well. And now we're just going to unload it, and IProxy didn't even realize that and salvage that in time. I think he did salvage that, but now he's forced to set up a bunker at home because he has basically no units whatsoever, but he has his wall and set up. He has his tech going on, and he also has a Ghost Academy, and I don't know if this has been spotted. No, it has not. Just barely not spotted by this gas steel. And IProxy has an overlord on this cliff just ready to scout in around a 7 or 8 minute mark, because that is basically when you want to scout. Now Naama has ghosts on the way, and I think ghosts are not utilized as much as they should be, because they're really good. Look at this, they have 20 damage versus light. That is really good, and compared to a marine who only does 6 damage. And a Ghost have the snipe, they have the cloak, and they can nuke and all that good stuff. And also have the EMP, so Ghost should be used more, especially now since they have nerfed the cost. No, this is pre-patch, so they still 150, but in the new patch they're going to be 200 minerals and only 100 gas, so look out for that if you're a Terran player. Wow, catching a lot of Zerglings off guard. What is IProxy doing? Just leaving them on hold position out of the Terran player's base. He's not realizing that. Wow, what is he doing? That is so great for Naama. Just a bunch of stray Zerglings going to pick it up easy peasy. And now IProxy is going to go for a somewhat hidden third, so going to be macroing up really hard and just now starting his metabolic boost, so that is pretty peculiar to me. Now 5 Hellions for Naama is going to roll in and scout over here and see that there's no third going up, but and he doesn't know how many units IProxy have or don't have, so he can't be sure where to look for a third base elsewhere or not, because he can't get in to scout behind what those spine crawlers. But he's putting on some early aggression, forcing some more Zerglings. You can see all those Zerglings. I bet IProxy would have wanted those to be drones at this location instead. But now he's going into layer tech. He's going for a Baneling nest somewhere on the map. There it is. Almost halfway done. And he's also going for the Evo chamber. The double Evo chamber. And there was the Baneling nest. I almost misclicked that on an Evo chamber. But a Terran player is going to secure his third base, just now starting to build it. And now putting down those rocks, and we have 2 ghosts here, and both of them is going to have a lot of energy for both EMPs and snipes later on. No, scratch that, he has 3 ghosts, so really nice army, and snipes is so good against all the Zerg units which has a lot of armor. That is Brood Lords or Ultralisks and all that good stuff. So they can just do a couple of snipe shots which basically cost no energy whatsoever, and then just regenerate it and snipe again. Look at how much, and just 45 damage with 1 snipe. And a Ghost has a lot of life, so yeah, basically my point is that you should use Ghost more often. Now we can see that Aspire is on the way for our Zerg player IProxy. It's over halfway done, almost 2/3 done, and he has his centrifugal hooks on the way for his Banelings. Probably going to morph in some Banelings in just a second or two. Where is his Zerglings? Taking a look at the units tab, we can see that he has a major drone lead. Wow, that is so many more drones than his opponent. And Naama is on 2 base with only 36 SCVs. That is so bad saturation on his part. I don't know what he's doing. He's mainly focusing on pushing out and taking out a lot of creep tumors with his Hellions, but I don't think he's going to take out all those before the scan goes away. Maybe he's... Yeah, the Ghost did that, and the Ghosts don't have cloaking as of yet, but I don't think he's researching that now. But look at all those snipes. I couldn't see what is sniped there, but I bet it was the spine crawler or a queen or something. But 6 Ghosts, that is great. And now he's going to switch tech and go for the siege tank. Just now starting the siege tech here, and he also has a starport with a reactor on, so going to go for that Banshee. No, not the Banshees, but the Medivacs or maybe the Vikings. But now look at this, our Zerg player has 10 Mutalisks on the way with the +1, almost halfway done. And we can see that the cloak for the Ghost is also on the way, but only 1 Visitor here to guard those SVs and not being repaired fast enough. And this Planetary Fortress can be in danger if he doesn't scramble his units back here in time. And you don't have too many Marines to fend off those Mutalisks, so this is going to be a problem for Naama, and immediately just bunches up a group of SCVs to repair this missile turret, and this is going to be virtually impossible for IProxy to kill. And I don't know what he's doing, just throwing away 8 Mutalisks there, and before he threw away like 10 Zerglings here, so maybe he's I don't know what he's up to. It's just so careless with his units, and that can cost him the game, because that was 800 gas and 800 milliliters just out of the window with all those Mutalisks. Now you can see that the cloak is going to finish just as the +1 for the Mutalisk is finished, and we have a nuke on the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I love about the Ghost. You can nuke both defensively and offensively. You can nuke the mineral line. You can say that the Zerg is out of position. You can put a nuke down here and you can guard here, and if they have their army here, they can't engage because of the nuke. So that is just great. And some Ghost is going to catch some Zerglings off guard. No, the Zerglings is going to catch the Ghost off guard. So Naama will have to... yes, he did snipe that. Not snipe that, but he shot that with those big guns. Now we're going to have the Burrow and the Zerg +2 for the... just a bunch of upgrades. Attack and armor for all the units for the Zerg. And also going to secure his 4th base at this very secure base. Not very secure because he has 2 major chokes to guard, but it is back here, pretty safe for drops and stuff like that. If he has good overload spread, you also can spot everything with these 2 towers through the middle. Now the 2 Ghosts coming here, they're probably cloaked. Yes, they are. They can basically stay cloaked for how long? For a very long time. Now we can see that the Zerg player is transitioning into high tech and also going to get those infestors just in a moment. He's probably going to time it up so that the Pathogen Glass finish a couple of seconds before the infestor spawns. So probably going to spawn some infestors now. And wow, 20 drones at the same time. That is sick. So it's going to be such an eco damage advantage. And look now, here comes the nuke at this expansion. He did realize that in time, but I believe that these drones mining here and the Spine Cross is going to go down. Wow. And they prevented a lot of mining from that. Now the Ghost can just stand here because the Zerg has no detection whatsoever, just barely outside of the spores, but now an Overseer came to deal with that. So it's not as exciting game as it could be, but but there's still a lot of harassment going on everywhere. And both players are basically just taking up, macroing up, and now the Zerg is out for blood. He's at 162 supply, over 121 supply. Take a look at the income tab. You can see it's only 10 supply, no 50 supply more in drones. So his army is still about. I'm very bad at math, but like 40-30 supply stronger than the Terran. So Naama will have to do something here. You can see his production tab is just filled with everything, but mainly it's just buildings and upgrades. He needs units now. He doesn't have too many production facilities, only 4 barracks and 1 factory and 1 starport, and that is too little.